Welcome to another Demarcation Media Mega Construx review. Today we are going to be taking a look at some more customs. Now, if you haven't seen part 1 and 2 of this little series, then I highly recommend you pause the video and go click on those. I'll put either a little card up in the corner or a link down in the description. But we did the first row, which is a lot of honor guards. There's like a Halo 2 ODST, a Bullfrog ODST. It looks really amazing. Some just masterpieces there. Then we took a look at this row that had some brutes that are like extra large, some Spartans, and some really amazing weapons. And now the last row is what we're going to be taking a look at today. And I think this might be the most crazy one yet. But, you know, we'll see. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. And there is today's lineup. Yes, you are seeing that correctly. There is an entire custom Alpha 9 here. So we're just going to go ahead and start working our way through them because I'm sure you guys want to see these figures up close. So we're going to go ahead and start with Romeo. There he is, the smart mouth sniper himself. And oh my goodness, look at this. So first of all, this is using one of LS3D's heads. So it is way more accurate than Mega's. Don't get me wrong, I love Mega's ODST mold, but this is just something else. And the way it's painted, like literally the visor is perfect. It's perfect. There's a blue stripe on the top of his head. A little bit of blue on the front of his sensor. Blue on his shoulder. You get a little AB on his shoulder. Look, UNSC. What does it say? I think that says his name and then some numbers. And then there's a little UNSC symbol. And then the legs have a bunch of extra pouches and then camo. Both the upper like thigh pieces and the lower arms have camo, which is fantastic. And then the whole figure just kind of has this metallic dry brush that make him look very worn and weathered. And then on top of that, he also has a head. Ta-da! Unmasked Romeo. Look at that. So let me go ahead and put the helmet back on and then grab the Halo Heroes Romeo. Drop him in. Well, first of all, let me take away his sniper rifle because we're not really paying attention to weapons at this point in time. Look at that. One of these looks like a toy, and the other one looks like a little screenshot from the game. Like, legitimately, that's crazy. It never gets old seeing customs next to the official figure. Like, again, I'm not saying Mega's figure is bad, but they just don't have the freedom to go completely all out like this on a figure. Like, this is absolutely no holds barred. Just aim for the stars and, like, good grief. That's so well done. And this is only one of the members. Just one. Next up is Buck, and he is done with the same just absolute perfection as Romeo. Look at that. Well, first, one of the first things I noticed was the little green lights painted on his little sensor there. That looks fantastic. And then again, we have all the words on his chest plate, the camo, the pouches. We've got a little 0 or a O with a minus on the side there. I don't understand what that means. Somebody tell me in the comments. Stripe on the top. The finish on the metal parts, like the ODST armor, is just so good. The knife is on there. Again, the head is one of LS3D's, so it's a lot more accurate. Here's the Halo Heroes Buck. Again, not a bad figure, but next to this custom, especially with that helmet. I mean, look at that. Look at the differences there. That's brilliant. Oh my gosh. I understand now why Mega did like the lighter lower arms and lower legs, because it was like aiming for the camo, I guess. They just didn't want to actually do camo. I love the straps on the legs. It looks like it's fully custom molded. Looks so good. It's got the fingerless gloves. Ah, yes. More pouches there. Dang. Absolutely amazing. Buck also has an interchangeable head. And that head is painted up so realistically that my camera actually was identifying it as a human face as I was trying to record. So I think that says that it's pretty well done. Also, that really just looks like Buck. Even the expression on his face. That's amazing. Hair is painted up nicely. Very, very nice. I love it. That's fantastic. Okay, so next up is Dutch, and this dude looks absolutely brutal. So the Halo Heroes figure, which let me grab him. Again, fantastic figure, but Mega didn't give him any extra like stuff for his chest plate, didn't give him a different head, none of that. But thanks to LS3D and his helmet molds, Flustered could do a more accurate head. He did the teeth, which actually look like teeth instead of Mega's just little silver thing. Pouches on the chest plate. Look at the skull and crossbones. The orange on the shoulders kind of faded. Looks like he's been through battle before. Orange on both arms. Orange on the top of the head. He's got double straps on his lower legs. Actually, he's got... Good grief. He has a lot of pouches and stuff added on. I just can't get over how that helmet looks. Like, let me grab Buck. Look, there's just like all the extra hard lines on Dutch's helmet. And that looks really good. So, a huge round of applause to LS3D for his custom, like, 3D printing stuff. If you haven't seen any of his stuff up close, I've done a review of a bunch of his helmets. I'll put a little card for that up in the corner. Highly recommend you go watch that and potentially go get some of his pieces. Because look at it. How can you not? That upgraded the figure so much. And then, of course, Flustered's amazing painting skills comes into play. Again, the visor is perfect. I don't think I've seen any overspill on any of these visors, which even Mega's machines will sometimes overspill. But nope, not on these guys. They look so good. So far, the only thing that I've seen on these figures that, is slightly below par is the fact that the paint rubs on the joints there. But that's a problem that all customizers deal with. And it's pretty difficult to get around. You're always going to have a little bit of rub on the friction points like that. So I don't even think that's a proper criticism. Here's everybody's favorite trader, Mickey. So he's got the bullet belt on his lower leg, which looks fantastic. Chest plate is printed up so well. Again, excellent head, perfect visor. He has the demo shoulder pad. He's got a painted backpack. Look at the warning lines on that. Red on the shoulder, more camo. And then he has a fully painted spanker. It even says spanker. Look at the little arrows telling you which way the rocket comes out. Warning signs everywhere. There's even print on this side. It says spanker again. Very nice. Oh, there's a little bit of black in the back of the helmet. So let me go ahead and grab Mickey from the 20th anniversary pack. Fantastic figure. And there's Mega's official spanker. Look at that. The red is way more vibrant on the actual official figure. This one looks like he's definitely been in a fight before. Oh, hang on. The shoulder pad looks like it's been customized. It looks like it's been trimmed and cut a little bit to make it more accurate. Interesting. Oh, very interesting. Okay, I would not have noticed that if I hadn't gotten this guy for comparison. Very cool. Oh my gosh. I really seriously run out of words when each figure is just so consistently good or even better than the ones that I've looked at before. It's just so amazing. Look, I'm confused though. What is that? Did he have some sort of little sticker or something? Because there's no way that's an accidental paint app. Interesting. And then he's got, again, words on the side here. UNSC and UNSC logo. Very impressive. Next up is Dare, and she's got a bunch of extra stuff on her chest plate. Look at that. There's a whole add-on section here in like the middle area. There's like a little green light. It says Dare. There's like the little, is that UNSC symbol or is that an ONI symbol? Kind of hard to see from behind the camera where I am. It says Dare up on the helmet. Helmet looks really good. There's a lot of detail on it. More silver dry brushing around the back. She has the upper arms from, I believe there's the Jackal. That's what those are. They're a little thinner than what Mega usually uses. And then there's the camo on the leg armor. Her boots are painted. And yeah, it doesn't look like she has any extra pouches, but Dare didn't have a bunch of extra stuff anyway. Let me grab the 20th anniversary version so you can see. Look at that. Very interesting, especially the middle of the chest plate. It's very, very interesting. Look at that. Again, there's just the way the paint is done and then the silver dry brushing and the more dulled colors. Although, I guess in this case, the custom has sharper blue. But it just makes it feel more realistic. And then look at the helmet. You can see the difference there. All the detail. All the little cracks and crevices and joints have paint, whereas the official one does not. And last but not least, we have the strong silent type Rookie himself. Now, he looks very similar to Buck. Where did I set Buck? Here he is. Looks very similar to Buck. But then again, in-game, he also looks very similar to Buck. He's got UNSC there, little UNSC logo. He's got extra, like, I don't even know what that is, extra ammo or something attached to his chest plate. He has some leg straps, some pouches over here, a 0+ on the shoulder. Again, I don't know what that means. Gray there. He's got a backpack. It doesn't look like there's any paint on the backpack. And then he has an SMG, which has a sight attached to it, and then a Call of Duty, I believe that's a sniper rifle suppressor. And then, of course, he's got one of LS3D's heads. This is the plain ODST, which looks fantastic. And then, of course, I need to bring in the Halo Heroes rookie. And there he is. I bet you the conversation between these two would be absolutely riveting. They would just kind of stand there and stare at each other, realizing they probably have head trauma from falling out of their ODST pod. But yeah, look at that. Look at the difference. It's like night and day. It really is. Again, the official figures are not bad by any means. Flustered's work is just so far beyond Mega's capabilities, it's not even funny. So Alpha 9 was not the only figures we have to look at today. We're going to go ahead and start the other guys with this Haunted Spartan. Now, there is a visor. Oops. There's a visor and it has some painted stuff on it, but I can't figure out how to get it to fit and stay. So I'm just going to leave it off. Plus, you can see the skull and how well painted that is when we leave it off. Look at that. That's frightening. That's very frightening, actually. Oh, hang on. I just realized this is even a female Spartan. It's got the air assault chest plate with some added pouches. Very nice print. There's some numbers on there. There's a big shoulder pad, which I think is LS3D's, but I'm not 100% sure. It could also be Dougie's as well. Waist armor is done really nicely. See the arrow on there. Looks like the forearm was filed down to make the shape a little more accurate. Tack pad on this side. Another numbers and stuff on there, which I don't understand. The little comm thing or whatever that is painted really well. We got that red triangle thing again. I guess it's just a warning. A warning that, hey, there's like vents and stuff here. All the little blue lights look fantastic. The little white on the back of the helmet. Got a pouch on there, white stripe, and then the feet are done really well. Look at that. There's like kind of a wash on them, and then there's the yellow reach warning sign kind of things. It's really cool. And then I believe the head is also LS3D. So again, all of these things that you're seeing Flustered use, you can get your hands on them by going to LS3D's online store and ordering them yourself. Kind of continuing the ODST trend, we have this Spartan with ODST gear. So he's got the ODST chest plate attached to the Spartan chest plate. He's got an ODST shoulder pad that, again, has those numbers. It's a B+. Tack pad. Then he has the like hazardous environment ODST helmet. I think it's fairly, well, it's actually not that limited by the helmet. Or I mean the shoulders. It's actually not bad at all. Again, visor looks fantastic. All the detail around the back. Oh my gosh, I didn't actually look around the back. There's a lot of like orange lights and stuff. He's got a little bit of extra armor and gear on his thigh. And this color scheme is fantastic as well. I don't often see color schemes like this. I don't know. It works out really well. It's like the dull kind of mustard yellow and the dull teal just really, really works. UNSC symbol on this side, I believe. Again, a filed down forearm to make it more accurate. Orange lights. Is even print, or not print. I keep saying print. The paint even goes around like underneath the arms. Gets in the lines there. That looks really good. And I believe the back here might be a little bit modified, but I'm not 100% sure. That's really cool. I love how unique this guy is. He's going to stand out from a lineup of Spartans for sure. We have another one of the Halo 2 Brutes, although this guy is ever so slightly different in the face mainly. So the new guy has very orange eyes, like very, very orange eyes. It's a little frightening. It looks like he has a bit more of a wash as well, especially on his legs and his face. Very cool. These guys are ready to cause some trouble. I also said in the last video that I don't remember seeing gray Brutes, and then I remembered Tartarus is gray, and he's kind of a big part of the whole story. So, you know, whatever. I stand corrected, I guess. And last, but certainly not least, we have, I believe this is an elite field marshal in Halo Reach style. And he also has the kind of extra large proportions that Flustered likes to give his figures. So again, he has the, it looks like a upper arm with a part of a forearm attached. It is still very bent, and I'm not entirely convinced that that's the right piece to use. But because of the amount of armor he has, it's a little easier to overlook. I believe his helmet is fully custom molded. He's got a lot of paint on there, a lot of paint on the shoulders. The chest plate's got a ton of custom molding on it. Because Mega's never made a figure like this before. They haven't really gone a ton into the like extra elite armors. There's only a few variants out there. The feet are done really well. I'm kind of just looking at this for the first time again. I reviewed all of these by just looking at the figures kind of as I got them out of the box for the video, and I'm just blown away every time. And then on top of that, he has this energy sword that's been, first of all, the centerpiece was cut out so it's more accurate. And then it's been all painted up in varying shades of blue to properly simulate the like swirling energy. It looks really good. It's not a smooth finish, but the effect really works. He's got some more lights on the top of his legs. Now let me go ahead. I don't think I've got him standing up the way that he's supposed to be. There we go. Now he's a little taller. Let me drop in. There we go. There's Romeo. So he's almost a full head taller than Romeo when he's kind of more standing up. That's pretty cool. And the arms are definitely longer, for sure. I don't really have an official elite to properly compare. Like, I don't know who would compare well. Maybe the Warlord, but not even that, because this is such a different armor style, especially with the way the shoulders are. Mega just really hasn't done anything like this. Hopefully they will in the future, but as I say every time, even if Mega does, they're not going to be able to match the work that you see in this figure. I almost forgot. There was also a Magnum. I believe this is one of LS3D's. There was a Magnum in there. I think this went to Dare, and it was in a little baggie aside from her, so I forgot to put it with her. But it's basically your classic Magnum here. You got the little stripe, you've got the lights, got a little flashlight on the front. It's got a little bit of a weathered look to it. I really like this one. And again, LS3D's molds are just so well done. Razor sharp. And then when you get paint on it, it just looks perfect. Well, there you have it. I think it's pretty hard to beat that. Full custom Alpha 9. Gotta say, these are probably the best Alpha 9 customs I've seen so far. I remember seeing them pop up on my Instagram feed when Flustered first made them. And I just kind of stared at them in shock, especially Dutch. Just the way the helmet is done with the teeth printed all up. I keep saying printed. They look so sharp, it looks like printing. Painted up, the way that there's all the pouches, it was just like, oh my gosh, this is next level. And all of the members of Alpha 9 are next level. Like, this is crazy. Absolute masterpieces, all of them. And then the other figures are not bad at all either. The Haunted, especially, the way the skull is painted up, looks fantastic. And then this dude is just really unique in his color scheme. I don't know I've seen another one quite like it. And then that Elite is just absolutely menacing. So I would say that's a pretty epic box of customs. Oh, and let's not forget the fact that there's interchangeable heads and a Magnum, just to add an extra little cherry on top. So, as I've said in other videos, if you want to get any customs from Flustered, go to the Instagram link in the description. You can contact him there. He doesn't really do commissions, but when he does paint up figures and, you know, needs some space, he'll sell them. So you can always go and contact him and ask him if he's got any figures for sale. Please don't comment, where can I get these figures, because I just told you. So, if you want to get any of the figures that Flustered sells, go to the link in the description. Give him a message, let him know you're interested, and he will get back to you. So, highly recommend you do that, because these guys are absolutely fantastic, and Flustered was kind enough to let these two stay in my collection. The rest of these guys were being borrowed, especially this dude. I'm absolutely hyped about. This dude is so amazing. Probably my favorite out of all of the figures I've looked at so far. That's really hard to say, actually, though, because a lot of these are so well done. But yeah, I highly recommend that you go and contact Flustered, because this is, these masterpieces, definitely, you got to have at least one in your collection. I'm just saying. At least one. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.